How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called Homestead Economy. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, Welcome to the Homestead Economy map. This is a small Hungarian map designed for small and medium-sized machinery. It is based on fantasy, but is inspired for its creation came from my own hometown. What you should know about this map. Since I used my hometown as a basis for its creation, I have hidden several plants from the plant calendar and removed some from the hired work. These have not been removed. So they can still be cultivated just like on the base map. Additionally, the edge of the map is not enclosed, so those who wish to expand it can do so. The map includes 54 fields, 4 meadows, 1 farm, gas station, filling station, seed only, water filling station, animal pens, chickens, sheep, cows, pigs, 6 selling points, biogas plant, bunker silo, cheese, butter, and plank productions, vehicle store, new crop, carrot, alfalfa, Hungarian license plate. There are no mods required for this map. This map was created by Zoli708 and is 225.37 megabytes to download. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. It is incredibly small, especially when compared to the rest of the playable area. We start out by owning farmlands number 35, 46, 47, 55, and 65. 35 is a oat field that has been harvested. 46 is a wheat field that is ready to harvest. 47 is a wheat field that has been harvested. 55 and 65 are both the main starting farm. Field prices on the map do vary, but it's, for the most part, relatively cheap. 25,000, 20,000, 27,000, 23,000, so on and so forth. Part of the reason why it's so cheap is because they're incredibly small fields, but you also don't start out with a lot of fields to begin with, so you're going to have to build up and eventually buy these eventually, but it's going to take a while because you're not going to get a lot of product like slammed together all at once. Some of the bigger fields here, 73,000, you got 87,000, 76,000, and 52,000, and so on and so forth. We do start out with animal pens. We got a sheep pasture and chicken pasture. Contracts are available on this map. We do start out with a production point. It's the homemade dairies, and there are collectibles on this map, 20 of them to be precise. We take a look at mods specific to this map, starting out with the buy menu, going down to mods and DLCs. You'll see we have several of the Grimmy sets of equipment here available for the carrots that have been placed into base game on this map. So it's not a requirement to have something like the premium expansion DLC. You can just have that base game, or I should say base map. And if we take a look at mods specific to this map on the build menu, there is nothing under buildings, nothing under productions, nothing under animals, nothing under decorations, but here under landscaping. If we take a look under painting, we scroll around, you will see several additional painting swatches. Nothing for trees, and under plants, if we scroll to the right, you'll see we have a couple of mods specific to this map here where you can create fields using this kind of painting build menu. Now, we start out here at the starting farm, so let's go ahead and take a look at our starting equipment. Under the buy menu and under owned items, under small tractors, we have a Fendt favorite 511C, harvesters, the Rosselmash Nova 330, trailers, a Welger DK115, the Rosselmash header. Under cultivators, we have the Raby EG39, seeders, Nordstein HK25 NS3030, and weights, the Tenwinkle FGB600. And that is it. So let's go ahead and start walking around the farm and showing what we have here. We have a wardrobe trigger right here, and around the back side we have a sleep trigger. We got a water fill point right here. We have over here our chicken pasture, room for 12 chickens. Feed goes here, eggs come out there. Over here, we have our farm silo. We have actually 2 farm silos, one on the left, one on the right. Behind me here, we have a repair trigger right there. Over here, we have our sheep barn or sheep pasture, room for 15 sheep. We have feed goes here, water back there, and our wool spawns there. I'm going to hop the fence right here. And this is the Homemade Dairies production point. You do start out with this. As you can see, you can make butter and cheese. We have our input here, and our output, I'm not quite sure where it comes out. I've looked around and I don't see an actual hazard mark that shows where this would be out. So maybe here under the awnings, maybe along this side over here. I'm not certain. So now, head back to the farm here. We'll grab our tractor and make our way around the rest of the map. So now we'll head out. When we leave here, we'll go ahead and make a left. We'll follow this out to our next point of interest. All right, we'll stop right here. Now over here, we have the sawmill sales sell point. But if we take a look at the map, right here, we started out here on the main farm, and we took a look at everything that was here. We came all the way down to here. We saw the sawmill sales. But if we also take a look at farmland number 62 and purchase it for $66,527, go ahead and do so. You then get these pop-ups for the sawmill. You have your input over here with a wood cell trigger here. Our output for wood chips is here, and our production point right here. Now let's go ahead and go back to the map. We'll sell that off because we're going to need the money. And then what we also need to do is purchase the place next door. So first, let me show this off. Come around the corner here. Here we have the bales sell point. And again, let's go ahead and buy farmland number 61 for $66,091. And you'll see we have some pop-ups here. To my left is a cow barn. To my right is a pig barn. And I call these barns instead of pastures because they do not require water. Either one of them does not require water as an input. So let's start with the cows. Room for 12 cows. Slurry comes out here. We have feed down there. And at the very end, in the back there, we have our milk trigger over there. This is the pig pasture, like I mentioned before. I believe this is where the output for slurry would be, similar to the output of slurry that's right over there. We have room for 30 pigs, and feed goes in right there. Behind me here is a manure heap, so both of your animals, or sets of animals that work here, or that are here, will use that specific manure trough. Go ahead and sell this off. And now, get turned around real quick. And now we backtrack a little ways until we get to the next point of interest, which is just on the other side of the farm there. And you can see the farm is coming right into view there. And right here, go ahead and come to a stop. Take a look at the map. We were here at the secondary farm. Come all the way down across to farmland number 58 for $19,364. Purchase that. And now we have access to another pig pasture. But this one is specifically a pasture because it requires water. Come over here. You have room for 30 pigs. And water here. And your feed goes right there. Up here we have a bunker silo to my right. And just beyond it we have this entranceway. Stop right here. Shop trigger right there. We have a gas station here. Right here we have the store number 2, store number 1. Here we have the Uncle Yanni sell point. Here we have the seeds buy point. This is the Uncle Jezza sell point. Here we have the animal dealer. Now, if you have pens and pastures already loaded on the map, which you do on this one, you are able to use this icon here or the icon directly at the pen and pasture themselves. If you use either one of these icons, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. The animal dealer is taking the animals from this location, delivering them wherever you have your pens and pastures located on the map. To save that money, what you need to do is come into this area with an animal trailer. Park it inside the hash mark here. Use the dialog box here in order to load into the animal trailer and then deliver the animals to the pens and pastures yourself. Now, just to give you a little context, an adult cow is an additional $100 per adult cow that's on top of the base price. So depending on how many cows, depending on how many sheep, whatever you're buying, it's going to add up and very, very quickly if you're buying a lot in bulk. So just be mindful that there are ways to save that money. Over here, we have a repair trigger. That is this area. And now, hop in and go check out the next area. It's actually the last area on the entire map. So we take this all the way down to the very end of the map, very edge of the map. Now, as the map maker mentioned in the description, you can go beyond the kind of tree line here and go into the kind of outer band of the map, which we'll show that off here in just a little bit. Now, tucked away up here on the hill is the biogas plant, and you are going to have to purchase the land it sits on in order to activate the production point. So we were here at the pig farm. We then came across the street down the road to see all these various bits of interest here. We got the shop trigger, repair trigger, animal dealer, and a few sell points, as well as a buy point for seed. We then came down over to here. Farmland number 69 for $19,907. Go ahead and purchase, and now you have access to the biogas plant. Normal crops go in, solid input here, liquid output on, or liquid input and output are right over here, and a bunker silo again right over there. And that's it. That is everything here for Homestead Economy. Now it's time to render my opinion and let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. This one is kind of an in-between map for me. It's not something that's going to knock my socks off, but it's certainly not something that's going to put me to sleep either. There are plenty of undulations. The color palette's a little bit much, especially when you consider that there's not a lot of room on this map, so there's no real good way to escape from all the various colors and all that stuff that are being used on the map. Now you can see out here it's exponentially worse because there is not a lot of getting away from it, full sentence stop. But you've got tons and tons and tons of room to expand, but in order to be able to expand, you then have to first purchase the land, and the land is, I think, well over $2 million, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, almost $3 million for all this. So it's going to take you a long time to be able to get to this point to where you're even considering buying all this land. It's going to be a lot of work. But the one thing I will say that kind of struck me as a bit odd is this outer picture that's right here. It's not quite what it should be. As you can see, it's just kind of out into the void, into the ether, and then into the kind of tree line. So that's kind of a shame, because if you are out here, you are working, you would want to be able to look out and see, you know, something that's there that's in line with the kind of landscape that you have going on. So it's one of those that it's kind of a disappointment, but at the end of the day, you can always stick inside, or you can at least give yourself a little bit of a buffer, and then from out here, it looks just fine. It looks, you know, more than fine. It actually looks really good. So one of those where when everything's kind of all said and done, where do I land on this map? I would say that this map is probably a 3.5 for me, personally. I'm not 100% crazy about this map. It's not one that's going to kind of, you know, tip the scales on me wanting to drop everything to get onto it, but it's also going to be one of those maps where I certainly wouldn't cry myself to sleep if I was forced to be on it, kind of thing. It's not great, it's not bad, it's in between. It's certainly in between. But what would I give this map? Like I said, probably about a 3.5. I think I think, yeah, 3.5. At the end of the day, I think that'll work out just fine. Because I do like it. It's, nice that it's really small, very compact, and you're going to have equipment that's going to have to reflect that, but you're also got the ability to expand not only within the boundaries of the map, but then outside the boundaries of the map, you're able to expand out as well. So that is actually a really nice feature. Very, very nice. Yeah, and like I said, it's got just a really nice kind of feel to it. It's got a nice set of undulations all around the map. It's almost as if it's like a bowl where you are on the outer perimeters of the entirety of the map. It's up kind of higher than the lower middle portions of the map. So just something I observed. But other than that, yeah, I think this is a nice little map. I think it's got nice undulations, got some nice stuff going on. But I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're engaged with the channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.